What's up guys, Nick here, and today I'm going to be talking about the Moza Air 3 3-axis gimbal that is built for smaller cameras, and it does work extremely well with my SL2. So this video is kind of my first impressions with it. I've been using it for about a week now, so I kind of have a decent idea of what is about this thing. So let's just talk about it. So first things first, it is an incredible gimbal. It gives some extremely smooth footage, and it just looks absolutely incredible. And I'm really happy with the strength of the motors. It doesn't seem too high where it seems robotic and weird, but it doesn't seem too low where it seems to shake so much. So it is definitely an incredible gimbal. It gives really smooth results, and it does pair well with my Canon SL2. And usually I was running this lens with it, or the 50mm 1.8, so I wasn't running relatively big lenses on it. And another thing that is nice about this gimbal is once I invest in better and bigger glass, this will technically be able to handle it according to the spec sheet. I haven't been able to truly test that yet, but we'll see one day if I can balance a bigger lens with this small body on a gimbal like this. I do think it'll work because it does have a lot of motion here, and the motors do seem like they'll be able to handle quite a bit, and it is built very sturdy, like it can handle some decent weight, but we'll test that in the future and see how everything goes. Another great thing about this gimbal is that it is relatively small and light, so I can just toss it. I could even carry it around. I did that once. I walked around town with Willis, just carrying this around, filming whatever, having a good time, and it is so nice because it's so small and light and portable. Alright, now on to some negatives that I have about this gimbal. First thing is that these axes don't lock, so it can just swing all over the place, and your camera can swing all over. You can hit the lens on things, stuff like that. It is really annoying. What I kind of did though, I would just keep the motors on it as I was walking, so that way I wouldn't want to swing everywhere, because the battery life of this gimbal actually is really incredible. It's rated 8 to 12 hours of battery life, which is amazing. And basically the batteries in here, you just unscrew the little handle, and right there are the batteries. Comes with this nice charger, comes with a bunch of different cables to charge it, and you do have the power button and this little joystick here, as you guys can see. This just moves around the gimbal, and this just turns the gimbal on and off. So yeah, it's nice to have those controls. There's no actual camera controls down there, which, you know, isn't really that much of a problem. For extra price, you can get some accessories that allow things like that, but I just opted for the basic because I didn't really need all that. Pretty much I shoot on auto ISO anyway. I have my shutter speed and my aperture right where I want it. I throw on my ND filter and just throw my ISO on auto. So I don't really need to go up there and touch the camera a lot unless I want to change into my log profile or something like that. Maybe I'm changing frame rates or something, but other than that, I pretty much just leave it as is, balance it on here, then go out and shoot with it. One thing that is kind of annoying though is there is no record button, so I actually have to go up on the camera and press record, which is kind of annoying because you have to fiddle around going past all these axes and stuff. I'd much rather just press a button and start recording. And the other thing is some of these axes are hard to like slide and move and stuff. So some of them it's hard to really do precise movements. So sometimes I'll move a little too much this way, so I gotta counter that by going the other way. But then I can't get it to move, and when I do get it to move, it bounces like a whole inch, so then it's completely off balance the other way. And I just keep going back and forth like that, and it's kind of annoying, so I just need to do a slight adjustment to get it to perfectly balanced, but I can't really seem to do that. Maybe that's something that as I use it, it'll loosen up and stuff. And speaking of balancing, it is relatively self-explanatory. There's plenty of great guides on the internet if you're someone like me who's never balanced a gimbal. So it is really easy to get a hold of. You just gotta unscrew certain things. They recommend doing it in a specific order and only doing one axis at a time. And you'll know when it's perfectly balanced. The camera will just sit there and not move anywhere without the motors on. Then when you turn on the motors, it'll stay right in the center there and be nice and smooth, and you don't have to worry about it shaking or anything. But definitely an amazing gimbal. Comes calibrated right out of the box to a decent amount. It's not too sensitive and it's not too slow. You can download the app to kind of adjust everything, get in the settings of this thing, kind of tune it to your own way. I haven't done that yet just because I've been really lazy, and I've been really happy with the default settings it comes with. So yeah, enough of me rambling up here. Let's throw on like a 50mm lens, go out and shoot a bunch of cool stuff in 60p with this gimbal, and just have a great time. Alright, and that is the video. Thank you all for watching. I will see you guys in the next video, where hopefully I'll be doing a full-on review of this gimbal here in the future. So I will see you guys next time. Peace out.